What is up, everyone? I'm ATRon The Gamer, and in this video I'm going to show everyone how you can acquire the Staff of Hurting. It's an item that you need to make in order to go to Whimsyshire, a secret level in Diablo 3. And I'm going to acquire all of these items on the normal difficulty. You can acquire them on any difficulty, but I'm going to do the normal difficulty just because it's the easiest and probably the fastest. And I'm also going to be showing all of you how you can upgrade your Staff of Hurting so that way you can access Whimsyshire on any difficulty, whether it be normal, nightmare, hell, or inferno. But this is only on the normal difficulty. In order to access Whimsyshire on the other difficulties, you're going to need to upgrade your staff from the Staff of Hurting to the Nightmare Staff of Hurting, from the Nightmare Staff of Hurting to the Hellish Staff of Hurting, and then finally from the Hellish Staff of Hurting to the Infernal Staff of Hurting, which is what I have, and it allows you to access Whimsyshire infinitely on any difficulty over and over again, as many times as you'd like, which is really awesome, and you never need to make the staff again. So let's go ahead and get started and start acquiring those pieces that we need in order to make the staff right now. Okay, so the first thing we're looking to do is to acquire the planned Staff of Hurting, which drops off at Iswal in Act 4. In order to get to Iswal, we're going to need to select the quest Primeval and select the begin portion of this quest. And once you've done that, go ahead and select quest OK, and then start the game. Once you're in the game, go ahead and go to the waypoint and click on the Crystal Colonnade and head north up to the gateway to the Silver Spire, and you're going to want to ascend to the Silver Spire level 1, which is just north. And from here, you're looking for the Great Span. So once you find the Great Span, go ahead and enter it, and then head southeast, and you should run into Iswal, like so. And I'm gonna blast him. Okay. So once you kill Iswal, he may or may not drop the plans for the Staff of Hurting. If he doesn't, you just need to remake the game and kill him until you find the planned Staff of Hurting, which is a little book that looks like this, a tome, and basically you just need to right-click on it when you're talking to the blacksmith. So once you talk to Hadrig Eamon and you have the planned Staff of Hurting, just go ahead and right-click it, and he will learn how to make the Staff of Hurting. So let's go ahead and jump into the pieces that we need. The first thing we need is Word Spell. This is an item that can be acquired in Act 2, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So let's go ahead and change up the proper quest to do that right now. We're going to need to go to Act 2, and if you go to the Scouring of Chaldeum, I don't think you can find Squirt the Peddler, which is the merchant you can buy Word Spell off of. So we're going to go to the Black Soulstone and go to the Soulstone Chamber. This is the latest that you can find Squirt the Peddler in Act 2 in this specific spot. There is also one other spot you can find Squirt the Peddler, and I'll show you right after this. But for any quest up to this point or before it, you're going to go to the Chaldeum Bazaar, and then once you're out this far, you're going to go southwest, and Squirt the Peddler is right here. Go straight to the Miscellaneous tab, Word Spell, 100,000 gold, and obviously you can buy it from her for your Word Spell portion of your staff. You can also find Squirt the Peddler, the vendor that sells Word Spell, if you select the Begin quest portion of the Lord of Lies quest and start the game. Once you do, you're going to want to TP. As you can see, this is normally right here where my mouse is, where Squirt the Peddler normally is, but Squirt is not here. Where Squirt actually is up north here by these other vendors. And go to the Miscellaneous tab once again, and voila, Word Spell, 100,000 gold. So you can get that here or in the other spot that I've showed you. Either way works. Now that we have Word Spell, it's time to acquire the Black Mushroom. In order to do this, we're going to need to be in Act 1 and go to level 1 of the Cathedral. So let's do that right now. So in order to get the Black Mushrooms, you need to at least have the quest, a Shattered Crown, and select the Begin quest portion. Any quest after this will also work, but this is the earliest you can do it. Anything before this, you will not be able to access the proper waypoint. So you're going to want to go straight to the waypoint and go to the Cathedral Garden. Once you're in the Cathedral Garden, go to Leoric's Passage. And once you're in Leoric's Passage, run southwest up these stairs and go to level 1 of the Cathedral. Right here. Now that we're in level 1 of the Cathedral, we're looking for a specific room. And the room we're looking for has a door on the southeast side as well as our doorway on the southwest side. And the Black Mushrooms have a chance to spawn. There are not 100% chance to spawn in this room, although I feel that this room has the most likely chance of containing the Black Mushrooms, and they should be in an area just like this. I also want to point out that this room does not always spawn in level 1 of the Cathedral. You might have to remake the game several times in order to find this specific room, and you may have to remake it several more times just to find the Black Mushrooms, because this room is not 100% spawn rate, and neither are the Black Mushrooms, so this can be a little bit of a difficult item to acquire. The next item on the list that we're looking to acquire to make the Staff of Hurting is called the Liquid Rainbow, and this is found in the mysterious cave in a mysterious chest. In order to acquire the Liquid Rainbow, you need to at least have the quest, the Forgotten Ruins of the Betrayer of the Haradrim quest. Anything after this will also work. Begin quest portion will not work, but this portion will, so we're going to go ahead and select this up and start the game. And once we're in the game, we're going to go straight to the waypoint and go to the path to the oasis. Once we're in the path of the oasis, we're going to head south and east here. You can hug this wall. It's going to look like this every single time. This is just the way this specific spot is scripted. And you come right down here, down this path, and there may or may not be a vendor here. There is not a vendor here in this game. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to remake the game. Alright, so I remade the game until I was able to come by Zaven the Alchemist. And once you come by Zaven the Alchemist, you can talk to him. And he should open this doorway right here for you. I'm going to note really quickly here that the mysterious chest will not always be inside the mysterious cave level 1. You may have to remake the game again several times in order to find this. And the liquid rainbow might also not even drop out of the mysterious chest, so keep that in mind. You may have to do that several times. Like I said, liquid rainbow may not always drop, however, it did for me. You may have to remake the game if you do not get the mysterious chest, or if you do not get liquid rainbow out of it. Alright everyone, now that we have the liquid rainbow, we're moving on to the next item, which is the Gibbering Gemstone. Alright, so in order to acquire the Gibbering Gemstone, you're going to need to select the Destroy Ballista portion of the Machines of War quest. This is the earliest you can get to the waypoint that you need. You can also do it in either the Siegebreaker or the Hardest End, but we're going to use this quest for now. And once you get into the game, you're going to want to go straight to the waypoint and go to the Bridge of Corsic. And once you've gone through the waypoint to the Bridge of Corsic, you want to head northeast and go into the Fields of Slaughter. We're going to be searching for the Caverns of Frost, which looks something like this. There's 1 or 2 caves you can come across when you are searching for the Caverns of Frost in the Fields of Slaughter. If you get the Icefall Caves, which is this cave right here, this is not the cave you want. You're going to want to remake the game as soon as you see this. You're going to want to look for the Caverns of Frost. So let's go ahead and go inside the cave that we need to go into, which is the Caverns of Frost, level 1. And once you're inside, you're going to want to look for Caverns of Frost level 2. So once you find the Caverns of Frost level 2, go ahead and go inside and start looking for Chiltara. Chiltara does not always spawn in each Caverns of Frost level 2, and also even if Chiltara does spawn, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that the Gibbering Gemstone is going to drop. So if you don't find Chiltara when you search for the Caverns of Frost, just go ahead and remake the game. So Chiltara might take you a while to find, but if you find her, hopefully Chiltara will drop the Gibbering Gemstone. But remember, it's not 100% drop, so you may have to run this quite a few times. It took me a while doing this. Alright, now that we have the Gibbering Gemstone, it's time to move on to Leoric Shinbone. This is going to be the last item that you're going to require in order to make the Staff of Hurting. When going to select the quest for acquiring Leoric Shinbone, you're going to need to set the quest to at least the Imprisoned Angel and the Begin portion. Anything before this will not have the waypoint that you need, but once you do that, you can go ahead and start or resume the game. And you're going to want to go straight to the waypoint and go to Leoric's Manor. So once you go through the waypoint, you want to go up these stairs here and go through these rooms and past these mobs if you like. Obviously you don't need to kill any of these.
I am unstoppable.
You're going to want to head to this room right here, and in this fireplace there are some burnt logs that can spawn. Hopefully you find the burnt logs relatively quickly, but it should drop Leoric Shinbone. And it does. Now that we have all the pieces acquired to make the Staff of Hurting, it is time to make the Staff of Hurting, which you need 50,000 gold for, so keep that in mind when you go to make it. I didn't bother buying Wirt's Bell because I already have the Staff of Hurting. Now that we have the Staff of Hurting, we can access Whimsyshire, and depending on which Staff of Hurting you have, it may or may not be backwards compatible. If you have the Infernal Staff of Hurting, you can access Whimsyshire on any difficulty. This happens to be on the normal difficulty, but I have the Infernal Staff of Hurting, so it'll work anyway. It'll also work for any other difficulty. Obviously Hell will work for anything but Inferno, Nightmare will work for anything but Hell or Inferno, and obviously Normal only works for Normal. And so long as you have the Staff of Hurting in your inventory, the Ghost of the Cow King should spawn out of these bones. So go ahead and talk to him. You can press the spacebar to skip this dialogue, and Whimsyshire should open up. And once you go inside, you can go around and kill everything, and this is a great place to farm. And if you want to see a full clear of Whimsyshire, you can check out a video in the description or the annotations. But I'm also going to show all of you how you can get the Nightmarish Staff of Hurting, Hellish Staff of Hurting, and the Infernal Staff of Hurting. In order to acquire the Nightmarish Staff of Hurting plan, the Hellish Staff of Hurting plan, or the Infernal Staff of Hurting plan, you need to select the proper difficulty for that, and you need to select the quest, the Primeval. Anything before this point, you will not be able to buy this pattern, so make sure that at least have the Begin quest portion of Primeval selected. And once you've done that, go ahead and start your game, and you should spawn in Bastion's Keep Stronghold. And when you do, you're going to want to run southeast and go talk to Gorl the Quartermaster, and he will sell the Nightmarish Staff of Hurting pattern in Nightmare, the Hellish Staff of Hurting plan for Hell, and the plan for the Infernal Staff of Hurting for Inferno. And you're just going to want to take those patterns over to ATRon The Gamer, where you can right click them when they're in your inventory, and he will learn how to make each of those staves, and you can upgrade them accordingly. The way you upgrade each one to the next level is you must have the original Staff of Hurting, which costs all the materials that we acquired in this video, and you just need to have the regular Staff of Hurting to make the Nightmarish Staff of Hurting, and 200,000 gold. In order to make the Hell one, you need to have the Nightmarish Staff of Hurting, you need to have 500,000 gold. In order to make the Infernal Staff of Hurting, you need to have the Hellish Staff of Hurting and 1 million gold. And once you've done that, you will have the Infernal Staff of Hurting, and you can go to Whimsyshire on any difficulty infinitely over and over again, run it as many times as you'd like. You never need to make the staff again as long as you don't lose it. But that is going to do it for this video, everyone. I hope you all had something to gain from watching this. If you haven't already, please subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. If you like this video, please click the like button. You can also follow me on Twitter at ATRon The Gamer. And hope to see everyone next time for more Diablo 3. Until that time, I am ATRon The Gamer. Later, everyone.